back to the Overlander outpost. Let's be honest about what's actually sitting in your driveway. It's not just a truck anymore. It's a mobile data center wrapped in sheet metal. Matter of lines of code, thousands of microchips, dozens, sometimes over 100 control modules just to keep it running. We need to fix problems with a socket set. Now, repairs require software, diagnostics, sometimes even a connection to a server just to function. Quick question for you. Drop it in the comments. Could you fix your truck right now without a computer? Because here's the reality most people ignore. We didn't just upgrade your vehicle. You traded mechanical independence for digital convenience. And that works great until the system it depends on disappears. Grid failure, cyber attacks, electromagnetic disruption. It doesn't take a flood anymore to stop your vehicle. It takes one failure in a system you can't see. When that invisible tether to the grid snaps, your horsepower becomes irrelevant. You're not driving anymore. You're sitting in a 5,000-pound paperweight. Because modern vehicles aren't designed for independence. They're designed for integration. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, cellular connections, cloud-linked systems. All of it makes the vehicle better until it makes it fragile. Be honest, would you still choose your current truck or other vehicle if you knew none of that tech would work? Now let's talk about the other side of this, because not all vehicles are built the same. There's a category of engines that operate on something much simpler. Physics, not software. Mechanical diesels. No complex electronics. No dependency on control modules. No reliance on fragile systems. Engines that run because fuel moves, air compresses, and combustion happens. Older platforms like pre-electronic diesel systems were built for reliability, not convenience. They do not need permission from a computer to run. They just run. And that's where the conversation changes. Because now we're asking, what's the most capable vehicle? You're asking, what still works when everything else stops? But let's be realistic. Most people aren't getting rid of their modern vehicle. So now the question becomes, how do we keep it alive? There is preparation. This is where preparation becomes practical. Because if your system depends on electronics, you need backups. Critical sensors, control modules, components that can fail and take everything down with them. And not just backups, protected backups. Because certain types of disruption don't destroy everything. They destroy what's exposed. So now you're thinking in layers. Protection, redundancy, recovery. Not perfect solutions, but better odds than doing nothing. Drop this in the comments. Are you running a modern vehicle or something older and mechanical? Now let's talk about something just as important, fuel. Because even if your vehicle runs, it still needs something to run on. Fuel doesn't last forever. Gasoline breaks down fast. Diesel degrades slower, but still, it degrades. Moisture builds, contamination spreads. Microbial growth destroys your supply from the inside. What most people think is stored fuel is actually a countdown clock. So now you're not just storing fuel, you're maintaining it, stabilizing it, rotating it, protecting it. Because bad fuel will shut your vehicle down just as fast as a mechanical failure. Quick one for you. Are you storing fuel right now? And then there's the next level. What happens when fuel isn't available at all? Now you're looking at alternatives, not efficient, not convenient, but functional. Systems that allow engines to run on what's available. Because at that point, it's not about performance, it's about movement. And movement equals options. Now let's bring all this together. This isn't a car review. It's not about horsepower, trim levels, or features. It's about one thing. What keeps turning when the world stops? This is where it ties directly into preparedness. Because your vehicle isn't just transportation. It's a lifeline. And if that lifeline depends entirely on fragile systems, you're taking on risk whether you realize it or not. And from an overlanding perspective, this changes how you build and think about your rig. It's not just about capability, it's about independence. The ability to keep moving without relying on systems. Last question, and this one matters. If everything went down tomorrow, would your vehicle still run? And real quick, if you're getting value out of this, hit like and subscribe. We're focused on real-world preparedness, not marketing hype. Because at the end of the day, modern vehicles are incredible machines. Right up until the systems they depend on disappear. Then, they're just the one that keep moving are the ones built with mechanical honesty, not digital complexity. You're going to have some of the diesels that run on mechanical systems and not your electronic systems. Kind of like the 12-valve Cummins diesel, the 5.9. There's a lot of the other ones out there if you're looking for them. But just something to be thinking of. And even if it's not just the mechanical, diesel engines, you can burn almost anything in. There's a lot of different ways. So these are some things to think about. Okay? And as usual, and always, stay prepared and stay free.